Hey everybody, I'm here still in Cairo, Egypt. And I'm here with Gerald and Gerald, and both of you were in Ghana last week, but now you're here in Cairo, Egypt.
Yes.
So you saw both experiences. I had a chance to talk to you at the dungeons. And you were like, I don't have anything to say, but he has some very powerful things to say. I'll share with you in the video as well. But tell me from your perspective, Gerald, is it Junior or Gerald the second?
Junior.
Gerald Jr. Okay, so Gerald Jr., tell me from your perspective what these experiences have been like for you.
To be honest, I'm still processing even Ghana. Because you go through a trip like this where everyone finds out a little bit more about themselves when they have these different experiences. And it's interesting how where in the US, where we're taught certain things about ourselves by other people, these pieces of information don't always fit the way that they want them to.
Got it.
But when you come here and find out for yourself, it starts to feel a little bit more, or actually a lot more natural. And you become that much more familiar with yourself. So I'm processing it, but in one of the most profound ways that I didn't expect.
Okay.
So it's been all of the positive words, phenomenal, amazing, just like Cleopas was just talking about. And I can't wait until more of it unfolds over time.
You've been on both.
Yes.
So you've seen us operating in two different countries.
Yes.
We're in Northern Africa, pretty much the Middle East, and then we were in West Africa in Ghana. What similarities or what was your thought about that process? How? Because I didn't know that the two of you were coming to Egypt until I saw you at dinner, and I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, wait a minute. I just saw them in Ghana, but I am in Egypt, right? So what similarities have you seen between the two trips, or just how the two came together from the perspective of how we flowed?
Well, for us, it was more so a question of proximity. I mean, and to be honest, Ghana came before Egypt. However, I booked Egypt first. Only because I've always been fascinated with Egyptology. One thing to read about it in a book, totally and completely different to see it in person, to touch it, feel it, even knock on it to say, wow, now I understand why this structure has been here for 5,000 years. So in terms of similarities between the two trips, that's something that is a little bit harder to pinpoint at this point.
Gotcha.
So
You're still processing. You're still processing it.
Yeah.
What did you think about the two groups? Because you were part of the Ghana group,
man.
and then you were also part of the Egypt group.
These two groups, I mean, the experience is so much influenced by the people that you're sharing it with. And two words come to mind with both experiences, and that's just good people. Both places, both times, and I could not have asked to be in the company of finding people. Yeah.
Well, all right.
It's been a blessing.
Yeah, I agree, because when we put it out, we don't know who we're going to meet. We're just like, hey, everybody come, but I'm a part of all of these different groups. And if we would have put all of the groups together, you would say the same thing. Because we've had such good people coming who want to represent us well and want to have a good time and want to, it's like something good comes out of everyone. I mean, it's a very humbling experience for me to be able to see it. So, but when you articulate it, it brings it together even more. All right, Senior, Gerald Senior.
All right.
Yes, that's right.
So I'm gonna want you to hold it real close to your mouth, real close, closer. There you go. What has this experience been like for you?
It's closer to the mouth.
Yeah, a little closer. There you go. There you go.
It has helped to see people like us in tracing my own heritage. My family, we can only go back 3 generations, partially 4th generation, and to go into an area where the locals say, hey, you look like one of us, as opposed to something otherwise. It is comforting. It makes me feel more so at home. I really enjoy the conversations I've had with the local people here. I particularly like Ghana. So, I mean, they had a little bit more struggle in their voyages. However, the people, I don't know, it was just like magnetic as opposed to forced. So it was just an overall good experience with me. As when growing up as a kid and not really feeling as though you belong where you are, and because of the diversity of people, and then I didn't get any of that here. There was no, I didn't get any negativity from any of the locals, not any whatsoever. So I feel, I also got a lot of warmth, a lot of assistance to help us navigate through this system as well. So I had a good time.
Well, that's what I'm glad to hear. And why? And we talked about this in Ghana because we had for our elders and your experience. Did you ever feel unsafe?
Not at all.
They tell us. You know what they tell us. You know the stuff they tell us.
No, not at all. I felt. Shucks. I feel like I've met some family members. I mean, no, there was no negativity. I didn't get any anyway.
Okay. Yeah. What about you? Did you ever feel unsafe?
I never felt unsafe. I mean, I told this to other people. I was out taking Uber a couple nights. So.
Oh, in Ghana.
In Ghana, I took an Uber here.
What?
So.
What?
Yeah, I felt quite at home.
Wow.
Thanks to technology and Google Translate.
Yeah. Oh, just good.
And I had my run of the town.
Wow. But you know what? I'm so glad to hear this because so many people are afraid to come. So many people won't come. So many people say that we have been so conditioned to fear this continent, whether we're in whatever part of the continent we're in. It's not that there aren't places that aren't unsafe. It's just we try not to go to those places, and we try to find the places that's going to be safe. Just like if we were in Chicago or Detroit or Miami or DC or Atlanta or LA, we're going to go to the places where we feel are safe. That's just how it is. I want to say this. I appreciate the two of you being on these trips. You are an inspiration for me because you never know who you're going to meet, as well as you. You never know who you're going to meet. And everybody you see, you have Mensa behind me over here. He's 12. You have Aaron. She's 5. You have the LeGrand children, ages 3 to 8. Everybody who's come on these trips serve as an inspiration because I didn't know. I just knew to put it out there. And so now here everybody is, and just to hear your feedback. Yeah, you have something. Yeah. No.
I would like to add that this has been a bucket list of mine for decades, and I thought it would not happen. And then all of a sudden one day, my son said, "Pops, would you like to go to Africa?" And it didn't take me long to answer.
Wow. Well, here you are. And so here's the deal. Let's kick this item or these items off of that bucket list and come see for yourself. I can tell you we're going to do our very best to represent Black excellence the only way we know how, and that is to be able to create these experiences so that we can bridge the gap, change narratives, and allow us to have firsthand experiences. So that's the deal. Until next time, take care, be safe.
Open up your eyes and see all the fun and mystery. Take an African adventure with Darren and Destiny. From the mountains to the shore, so many things to explore. Take an African adventure with Darren and Destiny.
The Adventures of Darren and Destiny. And Darren and Destiny are twin brother and sister, and you go on their adventures throughout the African diaspora, meaning so African diaspora destinations, primarily focused in Africa, but we go to South America, we're going to go to the Caribbean. Their first book is going to take you to Ghana, and then we're going to go on a safari, and from there we're going to go to Ethiopia, and then we go to Salvador, Brazil. And what the goal is to be able to inspire curiosity in the continent of Africa, in our children from a very young age, and to really tell a more accurate story. Most of our children are exposed to negative images, late night infomercials about how bad things are, everybody's sick, everybody's poor, everyone's uneducated, but that's simply not true. So what Darren and Destiny and their family do is they go to different African destinations. They are learning about these different places. You're beginning to see positive images, but still telling the truth. I mean, that's the important thing, to tell the truth about some of the things that have occurred. But it's all done on our children's level so they begin to understand it. And it begins to pique their curiosity. They begin to learn more. And hopefully one day they will want to explore and visit the continent of Africa and its many countries. There's just so much that Darren and Destiny are able to do, and as they're doing it, it's like they begin to open the minds of a new generation, and they don't get bombarded and indoctrinated with negativity. They're actually able to see positivity and inspiring images and messages about the African diaspora, as well as those who are still indigenous to the continent of Africa, and they begin to learn more and just see things differently. So I'm excited about introducing the Adventures of Darren and Destiny.